Okay, the number one fear out of all fears that keep people down, that keep people not living their life, that keep people paralyzed. And I know because it's been happening with me for 36 and a half years almost. I just got over the fear of what others think and what others are going to say. It is the number one fear that is holding most people back from being what they really want to be or what they know they are, but they won't be out of a fear from what other people are going to think and say. And I know this because, like I said, I just had something happen in my own brain chemistry. That's why I did this YouTube channel. This is why I started this, was to get over a lot of my fears. And luckily I did. I really did. I got over the fear of what people will think, of what people will say, of what people will judge. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if people like me. I don't care if people say whatever about me when I'm not around, or they think a certain way about me, because I realize that it does not matter what anybody else says or what anybody else thinks, because I have to live my life. I have to do what I have to do for myself. And this is why I'm going to keep saying this over and over to us on here, to whoever's listening on here. If you don't face your fear of worrying about what other people think or what they're going to say, or you don't face this fear of, if people don't like me, then everything's going to crumble. You know, like I had this fear just a little bit ago, like, if people don't like my channel or like what I'm saying, or I'm not getting enough views, or I'm not getting enough thumbs up, or there's not enough people supporting my channel, I was in fear of that all the time. I was like paralyzed with, am I gonna do a video that people are gonna like? Am I gonna say what people really want to hear? And I realized it is the very opposite. In order to break the fear, you have got to face the fear and actually tell it for how it really is, and say things that people don't want to hear. Things that make us uncomfortable and all these things, because it's what I've been doing for the past 3 years, y'all. I've been doing this for 3 years to myself. And every time I got on these videos, I have this thing with recording, like I'm being recorded, and I get nervous and stuff. I'm not nervous anymore. I don't have that anymore. It's just like I'm by myself, being with myself. This is how I would talk if I was off of the camera. I wouldn't talk any different if I was on or off the camera. You know what I'm saying? That's the point that I got to. I don't have a fear of other people's judgments anymore, because I realize when people judge other people, all that they're doing is judging themselves. And I'm not Bible thumping people here, but read Matthew chapter 7. Read the whole chapter and you'll learn a lot for yourself, if you're willing to learn for yourself. I went by that for years and years and years and years. Judge not, and you will not be judged. Now, I did judge things and I examined things, but I never fully said, you know, this person is worse than me, or this person is better than me. See, this is what I've been doing for years and years and years. I have been looking at both things. I've been comparing both things. And I know it says don't compare either, but you have to compare to understand and realize things. It's just, I would say, keep it to yourself. Don't tell other people that kind of stuff. See, I kept it to myself, and I put it on myself. and I examined it for myself, and I projected it and I reflected it back onto myself. And I did this for so long, and I practiced it in an authentic way. I wasn't fake about it. I was being genuine with it. And I know that the fear has broken. It has finally broken after 36 years and 6 months. 5 or 6 months, whatever the beginning of May is. I had something happen at the beginning of May where I just had something in my head snap. I don't know what it is. Something just broke away from me. I finally had the breakthrough that I was looking for myself. And I know that I don't care what people think. I don't care what people are going to say about me. It's irrelevant to anything going on in my life. Because if we're all worried about other people's lives and what they're doing, and we're worried about saying things about them and putting all of your stuff off onto them, then that means that you're not taking a look at your own life. You're not reflecting back on yourself. You're not dealing with any of your own issues or problems. And see, everybody wants to give you this soft talk. Everybody wants to be nice to you. Everybody wants to put on this mask and facade like, oh, let me just tell these people a couple fancy words and sprinkle some magic dust over it, and that'll heal the wound. That'll cover up the wound. It's not going to, it's going to cover it up. That's what it's going to do. It's not going to heal it. It's not going to get to the root of what is going on. And that's what I've been doing for years now. For years. And I'm telling y'all out there, for yourself, you got to be willing to do it. You can break these fears that you have in life while you're here living. You can break them. I'm telling you, you can, but you have to want to do it for yourself. That's all it comes down to yet again. And I know that I repeat myself with a lot of stuff, but in order for me to get across what I am going for to tell people here, I'm going to have to repeat myself. Because how long did it take for us to get conditioned with all these things? How long did it take for them to brainwash us? How long did it take for us to be indoctrinated and told all these lies and all these falsehoods? How long did it take for that to happen? Years and years and years. So it can happen right now. It can happen in the blink of an eye. It can happen right now at this very second if you choose for it to happen. If you really say, I am through, I am done, I'm letting go, I'm moving on. I don't care about the past. I'm not worrying about the future, but I'm thinking ahead for myself. You see what I'm saying? I'm thinking ahead for myself. It's like a chess game going on in my head. I'm thinking of the move before I even make it. When I'm walking around, I'm thinking, where am I walking before I walk? Now, I'm not saying I do this all the time. I sometimes just go for a walk and walk wherever. But what I'm thinking in my head, I'm always thinking ahead with everything that I do, because I say, well, what's going to be the best for me today? What's going to be the best thing for me to do for myself? And some people, they're just looking towards other people to like them. They're looking towards other people to give them guidance. They're looking to other people to tell them what to do with their lives. They're looking at others for answers and for solutions to themselves. Nobody can give you a solution for yourself. And I know this is what I got to keep telling myself all the time, because like I said, how you doing, bub? I am training my brain to think different, and happenings are happening. I don't want to boast. I don't want to brag, but happenings are happening. I'm breaking fears. I'm getting over things by confronting myself and exposing and exploiting my life. And I'm never the same. Every single video I do, I'm a different guy. Every single video that I talk to y'all about, I feel like I'm changing a bit. Even though I know I'm getting older and I'm heading towards the grave and all the things that I said from before, I understand that, and that's what makes me want to do the best now, because I know that my time is so short here yet again. And it's all that I want to do is learn. All that I want to do is gain knowledge. All I want to do is do the best for myself. All I want to do is eat healthy. All this other junk that's going around, all this other stuff that people are saying because they want people to like them and they want to fit in and they want to be the cool guy and they want to look tough and they want to put on this mask and facade and they want to act like something that they're not, and they know that they're not. They know they're not these things that they're being. They know for themselves. They know that when they go out in public and they're around their friends and they're around other people, they're putting on the fear. They're putting on the mask and facade of fear because they can't expose, they can't let people know what they're going through. They can't let people know that I had this happen in my life. I went through this thing is going on. I need help with this. Nobody's willing to do that for themselves, and it's why we don't get out of our predicaments. It's why we keep getting stuck. It's why we keep living this shit over and over and over and over and over again. And it's insanity on another level. There's two types of insanity. There is the insanity that, yes, we are all insane because we all have to eat, sleep, shit, breathe. We do the same things every day in that sense. But I'm talking about the insanity of bashing yourself every day. I'm talking about the insanity of poisoning your own brain. I'm talking about the insanity of thinking the same things day after day, telling myself I'm worthless, telling myself that life is meaningless, there's no point, I'm not gonna do nothing, I'm just gonna sit around and be miserable, I'm just gonna sit on my ass, I'm gonna talk about everybody else in the world, I'm gonna blame them, I'm gonna point the finger at them, I'm gonna do everything in my power to do everything but focus back on myself and face myself. And that is where the freedom is, my friends. That is where the freedom is at. Even if you can't see it in me, even if you think that I'm being a hypocrite, even if you think that I'm bullshitting you, even if you think that I somehow changed up and I'm a different guy now and I can't mess with you because you're different. See, this is all the old stinking baggage and old bag of bones that we have in our head that we carry around with us like a sack of shit on our shoulder all the time. Let go of the sack of shit that you're holding, man. Let go of the sack of shit you're holding, woman. Let it go. Let it go. I'm letting go. I'm letting go. I'm letting go of this all right now. None of it matters. None of it matters. All that matters is right now, today. What am I doing today for myself? I'm getting some sun. I'm getting a little bit of exercise. I'm going to go back home. I'm going to eat some healthy food. I'm going to make some music. I'm going to learn more things. I'm going to get more knowledge. I'm going to do more YouTube videos because I'm thinking ahead for myself. See, I'm not stuck and paralyzed, and you don't need to be stuck and paralyzed either. You understand? Let all that old shit go. It doesn't matter anymore. It's dead and gone. Shed the snake skin. Shed the snake skin. Step out of the box. Step out of the box that you're in. This is where our fear comes from, is that we're not willing to make a move. We're not willing to move the chess pieces when it's so easy to be honest with ourselves. It's so easy to actually say what is going on with you and what is really going on in your life and what you really think and what you're really going through. It's just you're letting this fear haunt you. You're telling yourself that you're worthless and you're all these things that you're not. You're not those things. It's just other people told you that, or you keep telling yourself that, and we keep self-sabotaging. And this is the behavior that I am never going back to, and I made my mind up. I finally made my mind up, and I broke away from the fear of what others will think and what others will say. I broke away from the fear of conforming to what everyone else is doing. I broke away from all these worldly things that were keeping me down and keeping me heavy. And it's liberation. It's the greatest thing that can happen to anybody. And I can't take what I'm feeling or what I'm going through or what's happening. I can't do anything but do a video, and my energy will come through the phone. My aura will come through the phone. My frequency, my vibration, my resonance will come through the phone. And those who are actually listening, those who actually want it for themselves, and you're like, I know that I know that I know that this is me. I know that I know that I know that this is what I want for myself. I know that I know without a doubt in my mind, but most of us can't hold on to it. See, we get scared again. We get in fear again. We tell ourselves we're worthless and pointless and meaningless and all these other things again. Even though we know those things they're that way in a sense of, like I said before, we know that life in the end is meaningless. If there is no God, if there is no intelligence, if there is no afterlife, then death is meaningless. But while we're here, the meaning is what we make it. You understand? The meaning is what we make it. And this is so beautiful. It's right here for us. It's right here, right now with me. I just can't believe that it took me this long to understand this. It's kind of crazy that it took me this long to understand this, but I do now. I do now. And I can say that with confidence for myself. It's not bragging. It's not boasting. I'm confident to say this is me. I am. I don't even need to say anything else other than I am. It stops at I am. You see what I'm saying? There is no more after I am, even though I might tell myself in my head these things because my mind is constantly doing all these things by itself. But I am. I am. I am. I am. I could say I am freedom. I could say I am the best version of myself. I could say all these affirmations, but I don't need to say that because I already know that I'm them things. Once you tell yourself this, once you convince your mind of this, and you quit going by the old baggage and you quit going by all that old stuff, that is when you will break the bondage. You will break free from the chains that have been holding you down. You will break that big black ball that those prisoners wear with the old white and black suits. That ball will fall off your ankle and you'll be able to walk. You'll be light enough to say, there's nothing holding me down anymore. And this has happened to me. And I'm not bullshitting y'all. I'm not lying to y'all. And I'm not saying that I'm getting somewhere further than you. I'm just saying I can't really explain it to people. If you're, like I said, if you're hungry for knowledge and you're hungry for what I'm saying here, you will automatically resonate. I don't have to force this upon people. I don't have to make you do anything. I don't have to say, hey, do this or do that. If you have the same vibration as what I do, if you have the same frequency, if you have the same resonance, the same energy, this is going to flow through you like clean liquid water. And you're going to feel light, and you're going to have a great day today. You're going to see that what I'm telling you is the ultimate I am. It's like the sun beaming down on my face right now. It doesn't get any more natural. It doesn't get any more real. It doesn't get any more unique. It doesn't get any more authentic than this. If you tell yourself that, that's how you're going to think, and that's what you're going to project, and that's what you're going to reflect back onto yourself. Stay up, stay lowly, resonate. Thanks, y'all.